Welcome back, everybody. Okay, the day has come. Today, my goal is to do a mock-up with the main dash components, just the two, driver side, center dash bezel console. I'm gonna leave off the passenger side for now. It's not necessary for what I'm doing. What I want to do is I'm just going to get everything plugged in. This is my goal. We've got all of our connectors ready now. Everything's cleaned up. Everything's good. Got all the bulbs in, although I'm not going to put the bulbs in right away. I'm not going to put the illumination bulbs in. So the goal is to get the center cluster in. I've put on the old bracket, which is the support bracket. This goes on this actually attaches to the shifter console. But I don't want to mess up the new one at all. I'm just putting this one in here to support the radio because I'm putting in with the radio. It makes it kind of heavy, and these two will go right in there. So, but my goal is to get this thing in, mocked up, just loose, hook up the wires, get the driver's side dash unit just sitting here with everything connected so I can test the electronics and the gauges. That's my only goal right now. We're not going for full. I'm expecting to have to do install, partial install, removal, partial install, removal, maybe a couple times before we go for it, before we go for the finished product. So here we go. Next thing I'm gonna put this in, we're gonna hook it up, and then we'll move on to the driver gauges. Here we go. So that was pretty easy. I just popped these in with the wing nuts, which was recommended from somebody somewhere. And I put all the lights in, hooked up all the connectors. Now, I want to point out that I added an extra ground from here, from the switch to the back cover here, which is a ground itself. Speaking of which, I think I might have forgotten to ground the whole thing, the back cover, unless it's grounded. Well, we're gonna find out. And yeah, you know this is plugged in the right way because it has this block over here that you can't plug it in on this side. So even though it doesn't have any little tabs, you can only plug that in one way. And I don't know why the wiper switch is coming from over here. Seems weird because this is basically the tack side of the driver's side. So this, I don't know why this comes out of the loom here when everything else comes out over here. But anyway, this is good because it gives me an idea of how much space is in back here, down here, a lot of room back here, and then of course the AC heat hoses will be back there. I didn't plug in the lights. I'm just going to leave them here just to make sure they work, but I don't want to put them in because frankly the reason I had to replace some of them, the metal clips, is because when I pulled them out it broke. So I want to do that one time, leave it all together, finished. And I'm also not testing the radio right now. That's not wired up, but everything else is wired up. So we should be able to see all this work. I think the fuel is even on right now. That's weird. I guess it's, well, we'll see when I turn it on. Anyway, before I do this, before we fire it up again, I want to go get the driver's side and put it in. I'm going to hook up the vacuum hoses too. So I've got 4 connections there, and then we'll just do the plug over here and we should be good, pretty good. All right, let's do that. All right, I put a little protection on the steering wheel just because I don't want to scratch it up. Before we put this in, let's look at what we got going on both sides. So on the Speedo side, minus the illumination bulbs, right? We just got 4 of those. I'm not going to connect those right now. I'm going to connect the green wire and the blue wire and the ground wire on the Speedo side, the left side. On the right side or the tack side, I'm going to connect the ground, the blue single, and the pink and brown or pink and tan white bulb. And then I'm going to connect the the light switch connector, and hopefully that will be enough to operate what we need to operate for now. I do realize that I can't check these unless I individually ground them, because they do get grounded with the plug, with the little metal plug. So that's okay. I can just get a ground out and touch these and make sure they all work, which I think they do. All right, let's go get the driver gauge cluster and stick it in here. I forgot this one. This is the solenoid connector. I'll show you that right now. So that's also on the tack side. Okay, here's the rear of our Speedo tack assembly. Let's just go over this real quick, just in case you're curious or you're doing this job. Pink tan on the top back of the tack, dark blue on this bottom center, and then we've got 4 illumination lights, which I am not connecting right now. We've got our ground, and then we've got the solenoid, which I just showed you, 2 connectors on that, and then we've got 2 hoses. And let's look at what those are on this diagram right here. It shows number 4. See if I can zoom in. Number 4 comes into the bottom right here. Number 7 comes out of the side here, which is this. All right, and then those go wherever they go. Well, they go to this little switch. And then number 4 tees off with 5 and comes over to the top. Take a look at this. We've got 2 on the light switch, 5 and 6 on the bottom. So 5 comes up to the top, which would be here, and then 6 goes on here. So I'm going to try to remember that and try to see that when I'm hooking up the vacuum lines on the Speedo side. And how do we know this is the Speedo? That's how. Gray, 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 gray. We got 4 illumination, and then we've got light green on the top and light blue on the bottom. And then this, my friends, this is your trip odometer reset. You just push this in. Mine's kind of roached, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway. I'm probably not gonna use it that much. There's a bracket that goes here, which I don't have, and I ought to make one. It just needs something to go kind of like that. So like an L clips on here, and then just a little flat spot here, and this will go down like that. And I ordered the correct nut for $9, and the little knob for another $4 or something. And then I think there's actually a light that goes on here, but I don't have the bracket, so I'm just going to make something. And then over here we have our light switch, plug, which is just 1 plug. Make sure you guys have this ground here. This is what's grounding your plug, your light switch. So make sure you have that. I hope this is okay. I don't know. It seems a little loose, but we'll figure that out. If I need to get parts, I'll get parts. I'm just using what I have for now. There's also this centerpiece here, which you might need as a ground, even though these are grounded individually. I would make sure you have this. It's also reinforcement. So that's that. Let's try to put it in. And the fun has begun. All right, well, we're done. So here's what I'm kind of struggling with, and I fully realize that putting in a C3 dash is a pain in the butt. I get it. Everybody who's ever written about this says it's just a huge pain, and it is. What I'm running into right now, besides my phone battery dying, is this big hunkin' loom back here, kind of hitting the back of the gauges. So I'm thinking that it has to run kind of on top of these here. I'm sort of moving some stuff around. I did get most of the things connected, not the illumination lights, which I'm trying not to destroy as I'm also doing this. I should probably bag these up, put them in a little baggie to protect them. But I got most of this stuff connected. It's not pretty, it's not correct right now. but it's getting there. So anyway, and then with this here, it's just kind of bumping over here. So I'm really trying hard to get this in, but not mess stuff up. Anyway, I'm going to keep going, see if I can get this at least halfway connected. Okay, this is as good as it's going to get right now. It's super tight back there. I don't know how people do this, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm still really far away over on this side, and this is kind of jammed up. Anyway, I know this thing is nothing is set. Let's fire it up and see what we get. First of all, we get a little gauge action over here. Light switch is off. Now, when I start the car, in the past, the headlights have popped up because everything was disconnected. Let me make sure these things are shut. Yeah, down here. All right, let's see what we get. Speedo and tach are not connected, but mostly everything else is. It's gonna die. Hold on. Takes a couple starts sometime. Oil pressure. I think it's gonna die again. Hold on. I don't know why the choke isn't kicking in. Oh, maybe there it goes. All right, I think the choke's got a hold of it now. So the oil pressure is good. Reading. Battery. I'm not sure that actually moved. I wasn't looking at it. Fuel's working. Water temp's working. We already checked those. Radio's not connected. I'm a little afraid to press this right now. I'm gonna make sure the wiper is not touching anything before I start that. Over here, okay, so let's check the brake. We should get a light here. Yep. All right, well, that's something. Turn signals, let's see. Oh, that is nice. Other side, nothing. Oh, I don't think yeah, I think the other side's not hooked up actually, or it was and it popped out. But that's nice. Wow, look at that. And I'm feeling this switch. I think it's on its way out. I don't know. We'll see. Lights is the big question right now. Let's see. Are you guys ready? This shit, yeah, see, they're not popped up yet. So now the question is, when we pull this out, will they come up? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh ho ho! Hello. Yes. Do I have another light that comes. Oh, and it says brights. The brights are on. Let's hit the button. Let's see if we can turn the brights off. Yeah, okay. Brights. Where's the button? There we go. Oh, that is exciting. All right, and then like I said, I didn't hook up any of the illumination lights, but I'll just leave them here. I think that's good. I can hook up a ground and check it. I can't do it right this moment, but that's the other thing we got to check is when we turn this. Actually, I have to get a knob too, obviously. I don't know why I don't have a headlight knob. All right, well, not too bad for the first try. Woo, all right. I mean, I'm gonna call this progress. See, we got some water temp coming up. It's like I gotta run to the gas station again. But oil pressure is good. Let me see if I give it some revs if the amp meter moves. Seeing anything moving on the battery, so I don't know about that. I don't know about that gauge. I think I might have to check it independently. Let's see what happens when the engine dies. Yeah, that's not moving at all. Let me see. Shut the key off. Yeah, that's not moving. The battery, the amp meter or battery ohm meter, it's not moving at all. So, and we don't have any door jar switches or anything yet, so we're not checking that. All right, guys, partial success. No, it's coming. I just wanted to check some stuff. I might just go ahead and check the washer, not the washer. Oh, washer, the wipers. Before I pack it in, but I may not show that because it's hard to show on the video. So thanks for watching. Check back later. Give me some advice I can use. See you later. Before we go, let's check the headlights. So I'm just gonna pop them up and down. See that one? We're getting some shenanigans over there. Yeah. Something's going on with the switch, I think. Sometimes it kind of works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. One more time. I mean, they come up together pretty well. And I do have high beam and low beam, but then when I shove the switch in, yeah. Definitely weird, something weird going on. It's like, can't make up its mind. Go to bed, go to bed. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep working. See you later.